Hello and welcome to some more Factorio. My name's Trismegistus. I almost forgot I was streaming, so I'm a little late setting up. I didn't forget, but I was what the hell is going on with that? Oh, that'll do. I was playing 2 Point Campus and I just got carried away with it. Yes, so we're playing the aesthetic series today. This is actually, I don't know if it counts as an announcement, but it's actually going to be the last Factorio stream I do for a while. Because it's... Oh, no, don't want to restart. Wait, have I done my... That sounded weird. No, that's okay. I thought I'd left it on the speakers. What was I saying? Yeah, this is going to be the last one of these for a while, any of my Factorio series, because I've decided that although I'm going to stream next weekend, I'll just do some random stuff, because there's actually exactly 19 episodes after this of each of the aesthetic and blueprint series. And it just seems like a good place to pause, because after that, I'm going to be working at my new job, which is going to require... I mean, the next weekend, so 2 weeks' time, I wouldn't be able to stream, whether it was this series or not. But for next week, we'll do some random stuff, basically. So there's a few games I've been mentioning that I've played. I might do Arcade Paradise, might do Bear and Breakfast, try and 100% that. Might do 2 Point Campus, all sorts of options. Just random games, basically. Whatever I stream, because it's actually a bank holiday next weekend. But I need to clear this garden. I need to get all that done. So say the last of the aesthetic series. It could be any time that it returns. Worst case, I'll be back around Christmas. But it's really dependent on how the job goes, and I've absolutely no idea sort of how busy I'm going to be. It's extremely loud for me. I imagine that's just me, because looking at the audio levels, it's actually fairly quiet. Oh, that'll do. Who cares? Factorio doesn't... I mean, I like the soundtrack, but that's about the most interesting sound. Yes, so I've been crunching the numbers. This is the big thing with this, and I've done it properly this time. The reason I've been getting confused when I've said I've crunched the numbers is because I've not deleted the old stuff, and this time I've just started again. Just completely deleted it all. Gone with, a relatively small number of beacons. So if we in the Factorio calculator, so if we get more, then it doesn't matter, sort of thing. We're at least covered for the minimums. And basically this number of steel refineries, so effectively the 6 sets of steel refineries, is fine. It's exactly what we need, really. I mean, it's slightly over, or quite a bit over actually, but it's fine. And it also will match this assembly if we take off one row, basically. So I think I've fiddled about with this last time. So we've currently got 18 smelters, which is, I sort of rounded it off, I think. But it's too much, and it would be 2 up and down, I think. So what I need to do is basically take one smelter out. Now, what I can also do then, also this 3 is fine. That was the other thing. I was thinking I would have to double this, but say I'd completely messed up the numbers again. But if I basically have these 3 sets of steel, then that's fine. And what we can therefore do, instead of having a great big row of them there and a great big row of them there and me being worried about it all fitting in, we can basically go with, if we do imagine, say, that, it might be a little more complicated to set up because basically it's actually half of it. But we can do effectively sort of that, and then we'll have to rotate it that way, and then one going that way, and then one going that way. So it's effectively 3 directions coming out, and then we'll have all of the trains sort of getting onto a single line and giving them the option of either going to a harbour, which we may set up today, or going over to the area where rocket parts are being made, basically. I was going to do them as separate factories, wasn't I? Okay, so I might have to change some of what I was doing with the numbers, but yeah. So that's how it works basically. So, and this is fine basically. I don't need a second one, and it does what it needs to do. It's just I've messed up all the numbers before, basically. Right, so let's get on with that then. So we can take out one of these. It does mean the number of smelters goes a bit skew-if, doesn't it? Do I care about that? No, I think I'm fine with that. So yes, basically, well, actually, what I'll do, we will delete. It does mean I lose this, but I'm not fussed about that as such. Yeah, that's fine, I think. So we need to get rid of sort of everything, I guess, from this way. I got too much there, didn't I? So if I just get rid of it here, like that. Now I have to get rid of the other bits as well. Oh, I missed the track. The bits of concrete and stuff. Right, so now I can take this out. Get rid of those there. I might actually just center, so as in not edit this, as in just move them, say, one tile up or two tile up. Unfortunately, the problem with that is, of course, these are 3. So it's not actually going to be even on either end, which I'm not happy with that. But so I may not make it, I may just make a 1 tile correction rather than a, you know, a 3 tile correction, if you see what I mean. So we had 1 extra there. Or we could have an extra, instead of it squishing together, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? So if we do this, and it's there. Oh, I'm in the way apparently. Or something in the way. And then that, like that. Why did it not copy the power pole? Did I delete the power pole? I must have done, because it would have been... I must have grabbed the... Huh. Bit lost why we've lost an inserter. Anyway, let's do it here. I'll get it right this time. So it's that. So it would be there. If we put it there. So it blipped on the screen there. I'll get rid of those. Yeah, I mean, so I'm probably being sort of a bit, I don't know, cautious or a bit over the top with the whole stopping streaming altogether while I'm doing a new job. I have no idea how busy it's going to be. And for example, I'm now going down to Glasgow, or up to Glasgow, I suppose, is a better way of phrasing it. Within a couple of weeks of starting the job, and I had no idea, you know, that would be a thing, or, you know, is that going to keep being a thing, or anything like that. So, I just feel, for the time being, and it's not, let's face it, it's not like I've really got an audience. I do very much appreciate anyone who does watch and all that sort of stuff, but, you know, you're talking a couple of people watch, basically. It's not... So if I run that up there, no, run it up. Maybe if I say I don't want that to imply that I don't not appreciate people watching. It's just it's not like I'm some mega Twitch streamer. Plus, the series I'm doing are all very, you know, fire and forget, really. Oops. And if it turns out it's all fine and streaming's just as easy and internet gets connected straight away and there's absolutely no problems, then I'll just stream again. It's not a plan fixed in stone that I won't stream. So it's just for the time being. But the problem, it takes away from the fun of it, that it's in the back of my mind that I've got to, got to do it. And as I said before, I need to get everything packed up, really. And that's very difficult to do. When I'm having to do, well, I mean, I've already chopped it down, but when it's, what would it be, 10 hours of streaming a week, well, that's 10 hours I could be putting things in boxes, It's also part of my psychology. I mean, it's a problem, but I'm sort of one of life's preppers, shall we say. I've got this expression about myself that I'm genetically incapable of being late for things. I just can't do it. Cool, okay. So I don't know why the other one has lost a power pole. Is it okay on this end? Because I can just copy and paste this over, can't I? Might actually move that up eventually, but we'll leave it like this for now. So that's all fine now. That's okay there. Cool, I think that's okay. So if we copy and paste. Ah, no, I forgot that. Got the things on this side. So if I copy and paste this. Do I want the power pole? Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Help me anchor it. So grab all of that. And then we clip it. And then we pop it there. Yeah, something weird's happened here. I don't really know what. Let's just get rid of it. Let's get rid of all of it. And then that needs to be that way around. Yeah, so I don't quite know what I did wrong there, but I did do something wrong. Cool, okay. And then we need to think about this in terms of sort of squaring this off, basically. This is going to have to move up then, basically. So if I have one of them here, I mean, they're not. They'll probably be better further down, I would have thought. But if this is sort of there, there, and there, because it gives me room then to do... I might do some big, weird roundabout thing, maybe? I don't know. We shall see. But what I should be able to do is... don't want that. Do I? Because that's 1, 2... Huh. Let's just do that bit. Yeah, if I copy this with the floor. Oh, hello, Quatch. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Is that what I want? I think that's what I want. And then if I clip that one, I put that on there. That should be the same. Do I want these gates? Let's leave them for the time being. Did I even rename these stations? Oh, I haven't got them. I did. So this is unload. But I've called it number 4. It's not going to be number 4, is it? It's going to be number 3. Or it might be number 1, I guess. So how we do that one as well. And then, oh, I didn't rename these. Hey, bar K60, eh? So this needs to be a pickup, I guess. Or is it an unload? I guess it's a steel load, isn't it, rather than a pickup. So it's a load. I can't remember how I've done the difference between train stations and harbour stations. I think I've done load and unload for trains, and pick up and drop off for harbours. I'll have to make sure that's correct, because I don't want to try and send any trains to any harbours. Not well, to the stops. Right, so this would be steel load, I guess. Is it going to be number 1? And do we want a train limit? Well, we do. So just copy and paste that one. But we can have these be the same. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. Yeah, okay. So, guess I need to move this over, don't I? I'll move this down, rather. Is that all correct? So, comes in. Yeah, I think that's okay. So, if I blueprint all of this, and then we can get rid of it. So, if I blueprint that up to the signals, include the train stop names and tiles. Yeah. And then I'll just pop that in there. It's temporary things. Doing a bunch of cleaning today, so I'm going to be lurking. No problem. Doing my cleaning yesterday. I tend to do it Saturday morning. I did things a bit yesterday. I keep saying this. I mean, it's not some spectacular piece of news, but I've got a new job, and I'm trying to get the house. It's all a bit strange because I struggled to get the. Well, it's all a bit complicated, but I'm moving basically. Not sure how I'm going to do this with the trains actually. And I want to get everything packed up so I'm ready to move, but it's because I like start the job way ahead of when I can move. I was hoping it was the other way around, but so that's how it worked out. And so I need to get everything packed up, and I couldn't last weekend. I tried, but we had a bit of a heat wave because, you know, first one was such a rip-roaring success. So if I put that maybe there, because I need to send these both to boats and across to the rocket part production area. But yeah, it was so hot I didn't manage to do anything. So I was trying to catch up to that yesterday, and ended up running out of steam basically. So a bit I don't know is how I'm going to connect these corners. I guess I could do something really funky with diagonals, maybe? What am I looking for? Looking for them. But yeah, so I was doing a big clean yesterday, and then I started trying to do, you know, do the packing basically. So I just completely knackered myself. So if that's both the in and the out, this is going to could get quite complicated, this, but we shall see. I mean, it's going to be relatively small throughput, no matter what I do. Now, where have I put that? So there's literally one straight bit, and then the signal. And have I got a straight bit there? Yes. So so I can literally put it right on the corner. Except the blueprint has a straight bit in it, doesn't it? That's a good think about that. Okay. So is that the same? Yes, that's the same. Cool. So the tricky bit with these is going to be both in and out. And is that signalled right? Because I want... Yeah, I want those to act as blockers on anything coming in. And then this here. So I could put a... What would it have to be? It'd have to be a chain signal going that way. And rail signal going that way? That might be wrong. Depends how I connect it up, as I say. But let's assume that's okay for now. And then we want to copy and paste this. In fact, let's get the gates in as well. And then... Oh, it won't let me flip it, will it? But what I can do is I can pop that down. Get rid of the signals. Pick it back up again. Now I can flip it. Oh, I think I did both flip and clip there, didn't I? Okay. And then pop that on. Cool. And then this should be... In fact, that should have the signals in the blueprint for that corner, I think. Because it goes there. That's a good, I think. It's gone weirdly warm in the UK today. The weather's been all over the place this summer. There's a lot of people thinking... There's an article on the BBC yesterday. People seem to be thinking that because some of the trees have started dropping leaves, and it's not because it's autumn's coming. It's because basically they're virtually dead. Because basically they're desiccated. The trees are sort of almost completely out of water. That's going to be a bit close, isn't it, to do a... I think they're doing sort of a... I don't know, a curve maybe, but... or would it just look better with a straight one? Let's just do the inside first, I think. But yeah, people, I think... I saw a few tweets, actually, and people were like, oh yeah, trees are, you know, falling, autumn's coming. It's like, no. Those trees are not doing well and may well be dead. It's just been so hot, it's, you know, dried them all out, basically. Okay, put that there. Like that. So it doesn't have... Oh, of course, I didn't copy that up, did I? Nuts. Okay, so we might have it still in there. Because this needs to go here, basically. I'll get rid of it. I think I get rid of most of that. Probably not all of that. Let's do half of the thing. Because this can go here. And then we need... It'll be this end, won't it? Need to go here as well. So let's get rid of... not all of it. Did that wrong again. Like that. Yeah, so I've been playing 2-Point Campus in my sort of bits of time I've had, but it's mostly been oops. Oh right, that's not the full thing, isn't it? Huh. What did I copy? I mean, it's... identical. Oh, no, 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 no. They're different on the outside and the inside, aren't they? Nuts. 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 Let's put that in there then. No? Why is that not? Oh, it needs to be flipped again. Is that what I want? I want what? Gate there, but not there. And I've got a tiny bit of stone here. Correct. Right, let's try that again. So this is the top bit here. Let's get all of the gate, but just the one past it. Okay. And then this is a glip. So it's a vertical flip. So that's okay there. And then we want to clip it back again. No, we want to flip it this time. There we go. It's because I got the gates on the outside and not... it's confusing me a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that'll do. Now these two need to be some form of rotation. So I've got the gate on this one. And the gate should, so that needs to be the opposite way round. Is that no? No, other way round. No, that one. Because that's yeah. And then we flip it. Confused the heck out of myself. Nothing new there then. Right, so... Oops. Stone brick definitely running along here. Definitely need to do that bit. And then... Yeah, that's not got stone brick on it for some reason. Should there be a door there? There should. Okay. And then... like that. Cool. But no doors on this inner side, because I don't know what I'm going to do for access on that point. But that's all fine. That's all fine. I'm sort of leaving the outsides of the factories when I decide what it is I want to do, like, properly. So there should be a gate there and gate there. No gates there, but this is missing, isn't it? Well, I say I've not quite decided what I'm doing with the outside. I think enjoying 2 Point Campus a lot more than I did 2 Point Hospital. Big part of it is it's sort of, they've kind of fixed what was my big complaint about 2 Point Hospital, which was that you just sort of got, so in hospital you're sort of curing diseases, and it got a bit overwhelming because it would just throw new diseases at you with no real structure to it, and so you sort of felt, oh, I've got to cure all of these, you know, and you've got to do it, and so it all became a bit overwhelming, in my opinion. But with this one, it's much more clear that you can just skip things. You don't have to bother. It's a lot more in your control whether you do. So it's courses, obviously, because it's a university thing, and it's up to you whether you bother doing a particular course or whatever. And it gives you a heck of a lot of control of. Well, am I going to expand the number of students or level up the course, or gives you all sorts of options. So it's a lot better from that point of view. It still gets very samey putting in exactly the same buildings all the time. They've not fixed that problem. So these need to go to there. We need that bit. It's quite a good game. It's on. I got it on game. I haven't. I probably will buy it because I'm enjoying it so much. But it's on Game Pass, and I've kind of discovered I almost use Game Pass as like a try before you buy thing. And it's like the ones I really, really like, I end up buying. You know, so I can play them later, basically. There's something wrong here in terms of... Is it just an optical illusion? No, I think it's an optical illusion. But yeah, for me it's worked out quite well like that. No. So that needs to be up to there, doesn't it? And then, why is there no concrete brick under any of it? Let's go right the way across there. Just does that, and that. In fact, I can copy that bit across, but let's just fill it in. So, I mean, the numbers work out okay, so kind of don't need to, you know, work on the numbers in this. It should all work out okay. So it's more sort of connecting it up and making it look pretty today. Did I have gravel? I did. I put gravel on there. Did I put it on here? I did put it on there as well, didn't I? Yeah. So I need gravel on this bit. In fact, that needs to be on there. This needs stone underneath that. So yeah, just a bit of a chill one, sort of making it look pretty, really, mostly today. That's what's wrong. That's 3 over. Oh, that isn't lined up then. In fact, oh, no, it is lined up. It's just that's missing. There we go. Was it on here as well? No, that was okay on that one. And that one. That one. They're okay. And it's just the way I copied it across, isn't it? Yeah, this is the 19th one of these streams. Let's just copy this this time. So I fancy doing something diagonal, making it look a bit more interesting, but if I just do this for now. Like that. I mean, there's tons to go. I haven't even thought about the green circuit build, and because one of the things with doing a lesser number of beacons is obviously it gets way less efficient, so I need way more machines, which is kind of what it's kind of what I'm going for. It's meant to be big factories with loads of machines in. That's the sort of idea. I'm trying to make them look, attractive as best as I can. Is that all okay? I think that's all okay. Cool, okay. We're flashing power, so I'm going to have to think about power connections, aren't I? So maybe we can have power connections coming out of the middle. Connect them all up. But yes, so I'm thinking, maybe, because what I need... I put this on here, didn't I, to remind me. This is the... Yeah, this is the input coming in. And then that's the sort of, the return trains are on the outside. So how am I going to do that then? So the inside one needs to go to every single one. Do I make a big loop, maybe? I mean, I can chop this off. It doesn't need to be that far down. Do I make a big loop? And then the trains sort of go around. And then how do they get back? I guess I could double connect the loop. If I was to just do a single loop line, would everything would be able to get in and out, wouldn't it? So it's effectively a big roundabout. So trains coming in with material would sort of go into there, go into there. And then going out, they'd go around the loop as well. I just need to connect it in such a way that they can get to both. That sounds horribly inefficient. Like, badly so. So what would be another option? These maybe connect in a sort of like a man shape, if that makes any sense. So maybe... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. So effectively this... You're going to go? No. God, I hate the autoplacer. Trouble is with a diagonal, you can't... It's really difficult to drag it. Right. Let's just do it bit by bit then. So if I then copy that, sort of flip it over. Oh, autosave again. I'm not sure what that's set on actually. Should be set a lot higher, I think. Right, so they would meet somewhere there if we were doing it this way. And then we need to copy this down. So it'll be there somewhere. I mean, maybe I would just have exactly the same thing, you know, here. Get rid of that. Oops. Can't reach it. So those give those 4 options. And then what? This is a sort of return loop, maybe? Maybe these are straight rather than loopy? What about that? Because do I want... Maybe I want 2 connected to each side? What would be better from a cross... limiting the crossings point of view? I don't think that's going to matter, is it? Because it's going to have to cross there and there. Well, if I took that straight up there, that would cut out. In fact, maybe that should be... Maybe that's the return, so this connects here. I was actually looking at, on Pinterest, there's model railway stuff. So maybe, and looking at some of the like real junctions that they try and aim and stuff like that. It's an amazing number of lines they have into them. So that then is like a junction here. Whereabouts there, maybe? No. And there's do something like that. I guess it's just a heck of a lot more efficient, because trains obviously starting and stopping them is like horrendous. But they're massively efficient when they're running. So what I'm trying to do here, so this is the in train, and it goes in, and then it can go out. But I'm flipping it around with this, so that's the in train. So how does it connect to the out? Or do I just have that exact same junction again? Here. I think since this sort of works, alright, looks like it'll probably work. We'll have to test it. Let's go up here, don't I? Well, I think I need those, don't I? I was actually thinking if I copy up, no. Way. This junction. So that sort of angle. Or curvature, rather. Alright. Okay. Okay. So let's sort of get rid of these bits here. And see if I can't copy this whole thing down to here. Okay, I've got too much of the bottom bit, so I'll just do that. Like that. Pop that on there. And then fill that in. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh. Oh. Why is that different? What have I done wrong now? Crunch. So, which is the output? The output's the diagonal, isn't it? Is this going to work? Because this needs to go around here, doesn't it? And it won't make that angle. So actually that needs to go up. Or I guess I could change this. Because that's the in, but it can't do that curve to there. I mean, I could I? So if that went up there, so if this is the out point, like that. That's an interesting junction, isn't it? So instead of, so this is the out lane rather than this one. Still haven't figured out what that error was from before. So That now is the in point. So if we put that up, oops, no. Is it going to be there, maybe? Hey, e-bike. Well, those connect this time. I don't know what I did wrong with them. Just get rid of that. Should have got rid of the signals. If I go copy, pop it in there. Now we get rid of the signals. When they're flashing anyway, so they can be wrong. Which makes sense because that doesn't look like it's on the junction properly. And now we flip it. So do that. That one goes straight up there. Get rid of all of that. It's not signalled to the same, but that one there. So, incoming trains come down here. Have the option of going to this one. There's actually like effectively a built-in stacker, I think, isn't there? Because if I do that, grab the train as well. If I put the signal in right, there's enough room for a train to sit there, and definitely enough for, you know, one there, and one there. Cool. Okay. So they got to wait to come in, and then when these go, they go up this line here. Try that. Yeah, that all works. I think I need to signal it properly. Okay, let's take me these off so I go a bit nuts. Right, so this is the in. I don't want any trains going past this. In fact, I might signal like a good distance away from the junction. So it would need to be sort of there-ish. If I can sort of remember, it's about there. Was it? So is that about right? One more. About there. So that stops you from going in there. And I think this needs to be like chains all the way back. Let's see, so do that there. And this is, oops. So it's that distance, but actually a signal wants to be on that side. And then again, well, no, that's correct this time. So put it there. And then wait. It was there, that's the straight bit. Oops. Yeah, I think distance-wise that's okay. Yeah, I think they're all okay distance-wise. And obviously these aren't... what about on the other side then? So maybe we put it... Distance-wise it'd be... If I put it that far up there... Maybe there? So it's there, I think. Lost the place. One up or down. Oh well. Exactly as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So if I just copy that. Oh no, of course I did it differently here, didn't I? Of course I did. Of course I did. Well, I can copy this bit. So that's the first straight bit before it curves. Okay. So it should be there. And then, well, just eyeball it. It's about there, maybe. And what's that? So I still don't quite get why you can't flip rail bits. You're sure it you know would turn left-hand drive into right-hand drive and stuff like that, but the signals would sort themselves out. It's not that they'd stop to function. It's just that you could end up crashing your trains together, which, you know, that's your own fault. Right, so on this one, let's sort of mirror this sort of distance here. I'm not that fussed about the... In fact, can I just copy, rotate that? Okay. And then... Oh, of course that one doesn't work. Yeah. Don't know. Are they the right signals? No, of course they aren't. Because it's not double direction. So this would be a chain, as we know. I guess this could be a proper rail. Yeah, I think that could be a proper rail. So if I just copy that one. Can't flip it. I can kind of align it there. Give me some indication about where they need to go height-wise. But this time... So that one is there. That one is there. I think that's about right. Doesn't look right. No, it's not right at all. So that one. So it's that one that I've got wrong? Yeah, that one needs to be one down, I think. There. Does that one need to be one up? In fact, should be able to do, if I do that, and just go across. No, they're about the same. And they're about the same as well. Okay. Nearest damn it. So trains coming in, they're going to go down here, and they have options of going that way. This is on the wrong side, isn't it? That has to be on that side. Did I get that right on the other side here? Yes, they're both on the inside. They're both on the outside. Yeah, because it's mirror images, but not. Okay. Never let it be said that I make this easy. Right. So what we can do is just copy signal side of life. Put that now. Where would that be? That'd be there. Right. And the next one it encounters is the choice, which is kind of what change signals secretly are. The which way do you want to go choice. I may well end up like adjusting the trains and having exact numbers and give these. In fact, I've already done that. Now this needs to be number 2. So if there's not any spare, you only really need sort of complicated systems. If you've got, you know, trains that are basically lots and lots of trains trying to go to the same place. So if it's a relatively dumb system, like I generally prefer, then it's more a case of balancing up the number of trains so that, you know, so if there's only 2 trains can go to this station, then they're either going to be here here, or here. So they've got 3 options, and there's only 2 of them. So it's got to be out of the way, basically. Except, of course, I've got 2 of those, so maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's probably better. Yeah, actually that is better. If we're going to go dumb, let's go dumb. Oh, I didn't put train limits on, did I? Oh, what did I do there? Yeah, I put that's 13, I did. I think actually I could probably get away with 2, as I say. It's because I'm trying to hit E. Off. Right. So we're going to go dumb. Let's go dumb. Time being, we'll just set this as 1 and have a 1-to-1 matching. I say I'm pretty sure we can do 2 without causing any problems at all. So that's number 5. No, not 5E. It's because E is the yes for key for basically everything else. But if you're doing names, you've got to use the enter key. So you're in the wrong blowing key. Oh. You know, then you could do a good Gnostic tree of life rails. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, the like the tree of life thing. I should try and do that. Try and recreate it. In fact, you've inspired me that a base based on the Gnostic tree of life thing would that'd be pretty cool, actually. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count. So this needs to be load 1, load 1. So this needs to be 2. This needs to be 2. I think I'll have to go through at some point and read to all the names on the trains, because I'm pretty sure I've done very different things at very different places. You know, different places. Okay. So that's like the delivery of iron side. Do I want to test it? How do I want to test it? We could set this up. So I've not done fueling on any of my trains at all. That's the other bit that's missing. I think I'm going to end up with just bots doing it, I think, because I'm not sure I can face something complicated with belts going all the way around these factories. But yeah, I could put some fuel in manually, obviously. Because these are named the same, which is fine, because there's a decision point here, effectively. And we've got another train here. So if I put 6 in total, yeah, okay. So this should have some fueling because I was testing the drive in. Okay, but we'll use this one. Oh, it can't get to steel 1. Okay, so there's a problem. Why can't it get to steel 1? Oh, I haven't done the top signals, have I? Getting ahead of myself. Right, so if you're coming this way, then so we're trying to want to get the distance right. Didn't copy the rail because I'm an idiot. So it should be there, but obviously on the other side. It should be a chain signal. So this one is the in, isn't it? Yeah. And that's it. Doesn't need anything more complicated. But this one, like that. Should that be a chain? No, it's the other way around, isn't it? Because that's coming out. But I'm happy with trains just trying to go all the way up here. In fact, we probably need a bit of a thing halfway along, which we might as well line up with that one there. So if I copy that. don't think I put that halfway, did I? That would be halfway. Oh, it's close enough, that'll do. So you're coming up, and we want you to proceed. If trains are out of the way, don't we? This is just a continuous load line. They can't get across to the other side anyway. In fact, where would they be able to stop? This is the out point. Okay, so they could swap over here. Yeah, we're not going to get loads and loads of trains on one side. No, that's okay. Right, so you're the out part, aren't you? And you'll only come there. Ah, we want that to be a chain then. Because we've got the two joining together. I don't actually think we need it to be, but that's fine. Oh. So if that's that there. Like that. And then that needs to be there. So this is out again. I only copied up one side of the signals here. We should be able to list that again. Okay, so that's the next one there. So we kind of want one, maybe, oh, I could probably have two in. But let's just put one sort of here-ish, maybe. So there, maybe. No, a bit further down. That's about halfway. Right. Now can you reach? Oh, hello. Anyone? There isn't an alert message, I'm afraid. There's a lot of stuff I haven't done, basically. Hello, how you doing? I saw you playing Cult of the Lamb earlier on. I dropped it. I played too in a hospital myself. But how are you finding it? I know it's quite base buildy, isn't he? Oh, if you're lurking, don't answer. Don't think you need to. But it's quite a lot more base building than. I mean, I knew it was in there because I actually played a demo of it at an event, and really quite enjoyed it. But I was quite surprised by how much there was even in that demo of the base building. And then the reviewers have said that's quite a big part of it, which is quite good. I own it. I just haven't had time. I'm so busy with absolutely everything. Yeah, I think that's okay. So can you now get to number 1? No, you can't. Is that because I've misnamed number 1 or something like that? No. Why can't you get to that station? Right. Let's do the old... Oh, of course you can't, because... No, you should be able to get there. Why can't you get there? Ah, because I put that signal on the wrong side, maybe. Maybe? That should be there. Can you get there now? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. And then... Where would you be going back to? You would be going back to the load? Yeah. Wait. What have I called them? Yeah, they're on the load. Cool. So you want to empty there, fill up there. Right. But I need to put a load of stuff here, don't I? Well, whoops. Let's let you do a cycle. Just to see if that works. Pop your manual. Whoops. Yeah, because this crosses over, These can go to any of these junctions. These coming out here can go to any of those three. Yeah, and it waits there because the others need to clear out the way. Okay. So let's temporarily. Did that take? There you go. Don't leave it on there. Put that on there, and that on there. And now if we send you to 2. No. Send you to 2. Until you're empty. Cool. You to 3. You to 3 until you're empty there. And then you to 4. Until you're empty there. That's an unfortunate coincidence of naming, isn't it? So I need to come up with a proper naming scheme, I think. Right, so they're not going to... Well, they're not... They're on automatic anyway. They're on manual anyway. I need to go and stick some fake things up because I haven't hooked up the mining side of things. Right, so they can't go anywhere. They won't go anywhere because they're out of fuel. Generally, but I also need to. Oops, put in a couple of. Oops. Couple of extra trains. Now, didn't I copy that up sometime? Yes, I did. Yeah, okay, so it's got the. So let's take signals out. So I want 2 of these. Oh, of course it's got railway bridge rather than. Right. So let's put you there. Let's put you there. Give you a thing. So this could be 5. Why are you saying you can't get there? Oh, of course, because it's going the other way. Well, I'm doing well today. In fact, they probably want to be load first and unload afterwards, don't they? Did I put this? Was it going to crash it? Yeah. And then this is 6. Okay. This is quite a complicated test I'm managing to generate for myself, aren't I? And that needs to be empty rather than full, isn't it? You're on auto. Okay. So, if I bravely run up across the railway tracks, like a very brave person, can I get rid of that now? Right, so these guys need fuel. That's the first bit. Okay. They're only there to try and fit them in, basically. I was intending to use them to test, but we might as well while we're here. Obviously, it's not brave running on railway tracks. It's stupid running on railway tracks, but. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up with, but I didn't want to have bots on any of these, not the sort of super low level factories, but because I wanted them to be sort of super basic production facilities that are very low level and only use bots at, like, you know, for blue circuits and stuff like that. But I don't see how it's going to be practical to weave things in. So, I need some matama sources. And this needs to be iron ore. Now we can copy that. Across to all of them. Oops. First proper test this. Of the steel. Lots of lovely iron ore coming in. I've got so many mining things that I think solid lanes is a fairly reasonable test. So it should basically be 4 lanes coming out. It might occasionally drop one, just because of the whole timing issue you get sometimes. But it slightly overproduces the iron, so it should compensate for itself. There's nothing happening here. Why is nothing happening here? It's just taking a while to come through. Because it's the last one I did, presumably. Yeah, and that one's coming through now as well. One of the things I will try and do. I got it's a hiatus rather than a. That's wrong, isn't it? That shouldn't be like that. I'm going to try and set up some of these things. I'm actually going to try and switch over to Streamlabs rather than OBS straight. Because yeah, it's a lot more fancy stuff that's easier to get at. And I'm not got the patience, I don't think, to properly learn all the you know, default OBS stuff. But things like that, put more commands on the bot and stuff like that. So hopefully when I come back at, well, whenever it is, worst case Christmas. Right, so it's all okay on these ones already. Then it'll be a lot. Oh, and off she goes. I think that was the one that had a little bit in it already. So that one pulls in. Why are you sitting there? Because you can't get to load. You're at load. Why are you trying to go to load? But I might want to put them beyond. No. Like beyond the station, basically, by accident. I haven't got any buffering here at all, have I? Why have I done that? That might be a mistake. That might be a mistake. I've got buffer in here though, haven't I? Yeah. Oh, of course I didn't connect the power up. So nothing's going to happen. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can hop a ride if this one's still here. I think this one's still over. Oh, no. Can I leap in and kill myself? No. Not brave enough. There we go. Probably won't actually use nuclear fuel on a lot of them. Not sure I don't want sort of. It's not quite realistic, is it? But I don't know what the phrasing is. Like using coal, you know, coal power trains basically. There was actually a exterminator spotlighted a mod someone's done. That's coal locomotives. See about installing that. I got a bit carried away with the mods, so I'm not sure how many more I want on my hand really. Okay, let's just think about this then. So, how far over? Okay. So I go all the way. I get it about halfway. So if that's the thing then. That's about halfway, isn't it? Yeah, okay. And then where am I actually gonna... What am I gonna do with power for the time being? Because it'd be quite cool with this to have the power generation and they're all going to have their own independent power. So I'm thinking maybe if I just, well, just put one there as well. The power thing could be in the middle. Maybe share the same track. That sounds a little ambitious. So if I flip that, is that lined up? Yeah. Cool. And then I guess this one, let's just run it up. In fact, if I make this the same distance, like that, and then I'll just run it up. Or I'll put a cheaty power source in the middle, except I can't get to the middle. Okay. You all powered? Yeah. Cool. Oh. That's all the train holds, so off she goes, I assume. Well, hopefully it's working. So they should keep cycling back and forth. Oh, this is more rule. I mean, it's only 2 lanes that really come out of here, but it's more sort of rule of call than anything else. Plus, it looks like these can't actually load quick enough, does it? Because even though... Okay. So it looks like I probably actually need at least one more splitter. That's a bit annoying. That's a bit annoying. Have I not got an access point in here? Have I? Well, obviously, I say, you know, they need multiple trains going in and out, sort of thing. And I can't remember how dumb I made these. I think there literally is. Oh, there's no. Oh, right, okay. I didn't make them dumb at all. We'll just put, say, 2 on each then. That's the problem with not having any buffering. In that, really, I should make this smart, really. Why did I not put buffering on them? Wow, that's going to be a pain to fix if I need to do that. I mean, I could always, I say, if I'm thinking about putting more mods on, I could put loaders in. I could put a loaders mod on and have it load into a chest in the middle there. Bit inelegant, but a lot simpler than changing all of this, because that's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Or is it? If I was to move it, because I'd need 2 extra tiles, wouldn't I? So effectively that. I mean, I could flip this round, because it is 2, 4, 6. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like there's one extra lane there, but it's not. If that was over there, so I could flip it round because they're the same. And this was then 2 over. That would still work, wouldn't it? I mean, it wouldn't actually be that. Effectively, the belt would be here. It's the actual station that would get knackered. Particularly on this side. Because this would all need to be 2 over. And then where do I put my pathway? If I say that, I could make these 2 wide. So this doesn't have to be a 4 wide pathway. And that would squish a little bit of room there. And then obviously there's spare room here. But this one doesn't matter, it can go sideways either way. So actually it's not too bad to change that. But yeah, it needs buffering. I'm going to put a tag on. Why did I not do that in the first place? 5 exclamation points. You know you're serious then. Okay. So this one, is there a quick fix to this as well? Because there is room here. Because basically this needs to be one of them. So I only need 1 tile more, but because it's drains, I can't just give 1 more tile. I've got to give 2. So that's not, it's not a problem that this, fitting it in there. It's just, I mean, I could do some undergrounding and stuff like that, but it's meant to be the pretty series. But I've got room here. I could easily move this to here, like this. That's not going to be a problem at all. In fact, let's do that. Concrete. Go. And there. That. Don't know why I'm not just copy and pasting and stuff. So that needs to be like that. This, oops, this needs to be stone brick. Like that. I'm going to move that up just because that's sort of irrelevant. And then similarly, oops, this needs to move 2 down. 2 down or not 2 down? That is the question. Oh. I'll profile in. Guess I moved 1 down, didn't I? Okay. I think this must have been very temporary anyway, because it doesn't look like I've put proper paths in or anything like that. So, it's obviously something I was still working on anyway. So, but yes, so this needs to be moved up slightly. So all of this, instead of there, needs to be there. And all of this, instead of there, needs to be there. Oh yeah, and I mean, look at the horror show I've done with power poles here. Could these go? No, that's the maximum length, isn't it? Okay, what about there? Oops. Wait, other way around. And then... Have I got any... Oh, I did put limits on. Okay. Oh, there's no lights in it either. Yeah, it must have been very much work in progress, I guess. Okay. So if we move this this way, fill in the little, oops, little gaps, and then I think it just needs to be kind of chains on both sides, but I was going 131, wasn't I? So I'm trying to mix up what trains I'm using on a lot of these. As well, just to give it some more visual interest. But that's a signal there, and there, and then that one, and then you need a signal where? There maybe? You need one there. And then I need to decide what the heck I'm doing with these trains. Well, first I need to copy this down, don't I? So if we just delete... what can I leave to show me where to do it, I guess? Do that. And then I copy, including the gate and the power things and the doories. So I have the trains as well. Do I want the names? Don't think I do. Yeah, I do. Go on. Let's treat ourselves. Right, so this needs to be there. And then we need to get this one. Like so. Right there. Awesome sauce. You're busy filling up, are you? Oh, you're already full. Well done, my lad. Well done, my lad. Now, is that going to be an issue? Because actually, I suppose it's because this train was... What's going on this side? Because these aren't actually outputting. Why is that? Because this is not meant to be more than 2 belts worth. Express belt, ever so slightly more than 2 belts. Because obviously it's 2. Is this because my balancer is wrong? Not my balancer, my lane switcher. Oh, I haven't got my lane switcher on. But what difference would that make? Because these are running at rate, aren't they? And as I say, it's only meant to be 4 lanes too. 4.06 lanes. Let's see. If I turn these into void wagons, is it just that 4's not enough? I haven't got any void wagons, and it's not turned on again. There. They should only be producing 0.2 of a belt. So that should only be 0.4 of a belt. So 0.4, 0.8, 1.2, 1.6, 2 belts. And I'm putting it on 4 belts. 5 belts. 5 belts. So it shouldn't be filling it. Oh, I'm squishing it to 3 belts, aren't I? Oh. No, that shouldn't be. Because it's 2 belts. So if I do it across 4 belts, 3 belts, it should be okay. Huh. Let's clear these out. In case it's a backlog issue. Oops. Can't see why it would be. Ah, no, here we go. Well, I suppose we're getting a slight... Oh, I'm amazed that this is keeping up, actually. I guess it had time to back up, didn't it? But there we go. That's more like it. It was just because the whole system had backed up. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, and this is getting gapped. Cool, cool, excellent. Right. That's interesting it backed up to that degree, though. I wasn't quite expecting it to do that. I suppose you never really look at factories unless there's a problem with them. Okay, so probably need to change the names of these, but I definitely need to have this be 2 and this be 2. So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, so this should be 3, I think. Rather than 1, just because of counting the numbers up. In fact, maybe they should have a generic name. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get signals involved. You know, whatchamacallit's involved at some point. Circuit things, you know. Circuit thingamabobs, you know. You know what I'm talking about. Circuit mabobs. Right, so, as I say, how am I going to do this? So, I want to have a harbour, loading steel on here, to go to all the other factories. But I also want to send them over here, steel over here, to make rocket parts. And it doesn't match up. There's not like, it's not like one station will support this. It's sort of a mixed bag. I think we're talking about a sort of another weird loopy thing. Can I use my straight rails and etceteras? because it would be nice to have some consistency of design, I think. I think I want these to be equidistant, effectively, from the gate. That's the wrong way around, isn't it? So that needs to be that, and that needs to be that. Should that be a chain as well? No. Because this is our bringing together, isn't it? Yep, okay. So then, if that's like that, wants to be there. Oh. Okay. I don't know why I did that, because so I was going to use these. Oh, what the heck is that? So that's my straight. Don't I have a... I do. I have a fancy looking one of them, don't I? Oh. But I already know it's a pain to connect these because of how I've done it. What am I actually trying to achieve? So because you're going to exit full. I guess it really depends where this is, doesn't it? I'm not sure I can do this part of it yet. Because I need to know where they're going. I think I need to know where they're going. But what I could do, just temporarily, if I sort of put this on. But yeah, Steel Foundry basically works, apart from in all the ways that it doesn't work. So I'm happy with that. So if I put them on there, you see. That. And then I guess let's just pretend. Oops, of course. I always forget it's rubbish at doing the diagrams. We do, say, a bit of a straight bit. So it's going to need to connect to something else entirely, but use this as a sort of almost a spacer, really. Have I got the... There's some nutty blueprints in there. There we go, that's a straight. So if I maybe put that, because I kind of need to see about the corners, because if I go this way, so if I then copy that with the signals, so that needs to be there, that needs to be there, right, that needs to be. So I want the corner to be there somewhere, basically. That's where I'm getting to. Because there is a corner. So we get rid of all of that. Not sure that's big enough, but there you go. There. Right, so this was, I'd left too much of that. That, except not, because I need to do it on that side as well, but That's the corner. Get rid of all of that. And that in. How is that perfectly central when it wasn't perfectly central when they did it the other way around? As in lined up with the track. I don't quite understand how I've managed to do that. And get it both perfect and not perfect. Right, let's leave that bit of the track. And then that in there. Oh, I guess it's because it's half distances, isn't it? And then this. Oh no, I need that because I can't flip the blueprints. To put that there. Corner in. Get rid of all the cabins. Put it in again. Lined up with the signals. A bit of track. That. And then use the straight bit. There you go. It's perfectly lined up. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Okay, so the idea, I say, I need to know where the connections are and stuff before I can properly hook it all up. But the idea is to potentially use that, you know. It's not going to be a proper T-junction because it's going into one, but depending on where the trains need to go and come from, we can hook them up on both sides, either side. You know, I can join it in there or wherever. Cool. Okay. Do I want to stop these trains running? I think I do, don't I? So I'll just eat through whatever is on the lanes, on the belts, and then probably stop. In fact, it's probably all backed up already, isn't it? No, they're still filling stuff up. Yeah, eventually it'll all grind to a halt. And yeah, I need more trains on it, because this is what I was expecting and should be happening, but wasn't, because it's all backed up. Okay. The next question then is the whole rocket part side of the business. So I might be able to just quickly show this. Hang on. If I go to that, and then I'm here, look at me getting all fancy, and I'm off the edge of the screen. If I go to that one, no, not that one. That one. There we go. Hang on. Helps if you click it right. Hang on. Let's do that again. Professional streaming here, this. Screen capture. There we go. There we go. Right. So basically, these were the numbers. And as you see, lots of messing about. But basically, I was working it out for science, because white science is going to be slightly different, because we're going to have this island in the middle, which we may go and work on that actually, because that's kind of the end point. And we've got, I mean, iron is going to just be the same. Only the best. Iron is basically the same factories as the copper. You know, steel is a separate build that we've just done. Iron, I just need to copy and paste the other ones. It's not anymore. It's going to massively overproduce iron. I don't care. I've already done the ports for the copper, and I need to switch that so it's half and half iron and copper. At the moment, it's just copper, but that's all done. The only other big build is stone brick. I'm thinking about doing something very different for stone brick. I'm basically going for like stone furnaces and doing it that way, because we don't actually, sort of in the grand scheme of things, we don't need that much stone brick because it's just for the steel furnaces. I mean, I do, because I need it for, well, I think I'm not going to actually build this as a proper build. I'll just do it in creative and keep going, really. But in theory, you know, we would need 1 million tons of concrete. So yes, we would need stone brick. But, you know, setting that aside, we just need it for the steel furnaces, basically, which is plenty and it's a lot, but it's not, you know, it's nothing like the iron and copper. You know, we need a lot of stone as well, but, you know, that's a separate question. But so I'm thinking about doing stone brick with, you know, stone furnaces, because I want it to be almost old school, like it was some, you know, like a brick factory. If you've ever seen a brick factory, they're quite quite significant things. And just doing it, because it's only going to be one, you know, and I've already allocated the space where there's lots of stone. So we could do that. That might be a different sort of thing. But I haven't worked them. This is all numbers based on steel, you know, furnaces with beacons. So I'd have to rework those numbers. But I say it's relatively simple. It's just swapping them out. So basically, I say we may go and work on Science Island, because it's going to be quite nice to work backwards, because we've got, these are like the summaries of the basics, and the steel is now done. I'll have to put the numbers in. I didn't know what they would end up being, but iron, as I say, is not done, but done, because the design is going to be the same. Copper is done. Stone brick, as I say, I'll probably do with stone furnaces, just to do something different. And as I say, stone, I mean, in terms of mining, I've identified all the patches. We could do oil. Oil's another one. Because I want there to be like an entire oil foundry, like as a massive build, like on the bottom coast. And it's going to produce, you know, acid and batteries and all of the stuff, and have a massive port sending stuff off. It's going to be awesome, but it's going to take ages. And then these other, I mean, there's certainly going to need to be some intermediates factories, but I haven't really worked through those. But in terms of, as I say, we've done the, we also need the green circuits, red circuits, blue circuits, and I've done the numbers for those, so we could work on them. But so I kind of fancy going and working on Science Island rather than, because I say the white science is going to be different, and this is the sort of numbers for the white science. And basically we'll import some stuff. Now steel, of course, we've just done that build, so that'll come in via train. Oil, I made use these two patches here. I don't have my cursors on this version, but there's these two great big patches here, and then we can make plastic out of that. Copper we'll need to ship in, so that'll be one of the harbours. Green circuits, red circuits, and blue circuits will ship in. So these four are coming in via ship, and these ones are coming in via train, basically, local train. Sorry, I've got somebody in my. Whoops. Oh. Sorry about that. But then on this North Shore, as I had forgotten I was going to do it as separate factories, but on this North Shore, because I've put them in here basically. So on this North Shore, we're going to do the rocket fuel, and then, as I say, it turns out we're also doing the prod modules. That was what I was thinking there, which makes a lot of sense actually. I'd forgotten that though. So still got some trapped in my teeth. And then the rocket fuel, low density structures, and RCUs. So we're also going to make the low density structures and RCUs on this coast. They'll then be delivered to the island, basically. But of course, we also need stuff for the satellite. I'm actually thinking the satellites will probably be made somewhere else, and trained in to Science Island. But potentially, if they are made on the island, those are the numbers for making the satellites. But it's a whole different production chain, which is going to be a lot of stuff imported to the island for no real, because you need a tiny number of satellites, really. You know, we need 2 a minute basically, which is nothing. We don't even need that actually. So yeah, so I thought we might maybe go and mess about on Science Island. Was my thought for the rest of the stream. Resized that, didn't I? Just 1 second. Get this all switched over. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it's all right. There we go. Right. Okay. But yeah, so that's all the steel sort of set up. And basically by Science Island, it's basically going to have the rockets in the middle. And then because the island itself is like an octagon, basically. I mean, it isn't, but it's close enough. I might actually turn it into an octagon. We might let water fill and turn it into a proper octagon shape, and then have, because then I can have basically the, red science, green science, blue science, military, so grey science, purple, and gold, because that's 6. And then we can drop off, maybe 2 on each side, rocket fuel, satellites, RCUs, and low density structures. So that's 4, but as I say, 2 on each side. So I thought that might be kind of funky. Have I got a boat? I've got a boat. There. Some fuel in it. And it's shift enter, I think, to get in. There we go. But yeah, also this will help, with getting the numbers right and the sizes of things right and things like that. Particularly if I'm gonna be dropping a lot of it off. I'm going the wrong way. Dropping a lot of it off by boat. There's going to be, say, one of the sides here. A train coming across this, this section might be pretty cool. I thought maybe. So you see, it's sort of octagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-ish. If you sort of squinted it and use some imagination. I could go into God mode, but I find it really weird. Also, you're really slow in God mode because you don't have any speed things. But yeah, we'll head over to Science Island. I say, I am very tempted to turn it into a proper octagon shape. But I have the harbour on each side. Because, I mean, putting the harbours in, we're going to have to chop a load of, have to do a load of water fill anyway, because they're not going to line up with, the spaces that are needed to put the boats in, basically. Because you can't do, the boats can only travel in one direction. They can't reverse. Well, I mean, you can manually reverse them, but they can't drive in reverse. And I don't think you can stick 2 boats together like you can with trains. Is this Science Island down here? So, I mean, one thing we could definitely do is just clear it off. We don't want any cliffs or rocks or anything on this island at all. Or resources. I don't want to gather any resources here. Yeah. Grab me boat. So yeah, we could just delete all of that stuff. Do it. So whether I sort of flatten it down or make it geometric shape, I don't know. I think I just murdered 1 million fish then. And there's enough for you on. I shouldn't maybe have done that because probably do want stuff there. But yeah, I was thinking a massive sort of gate there as well, and I can also put a road across, you see. for the personal access. But yeah, we need to get rid of sort of everything here. Can I just do it all now? It's get a bit funky if you do it too much. So I think that's all just fish now. Oh, no, bunch of stuff there. Oh, missed a bit, obviously. So if you do a gigantic one, it tends to go a little bit bonkers. Yeah, just fish. Okay. And then I think the wand is just, is it right click? Oh, I don't know what that's going to do. Was it shift click? Oh, it's shift click. Get rid of it. Yeah. So we'll do it in little chunks as well, because it. Is that everything? There's something now. Oh. Oops, no. Left a bit of... Oh no, coal's from the rocks, isn't it? I'm not sure where it's picking the rocks up from. I guess it's the other islands. Cool, okay, so... Where would we say the middle is? I mean, it's probably in this here, isn't it? About there, maybe? And where was about there, maybe? Oh, to the left. So, I think I said this bit. That looks pretty central. Cool, okay. The big question here is, am I going to use bots? Oh, I suppose the other question. I haven't actually calculated how many labs I need. No, I didn't, did I? Or indeed, I suppose that's another question. I don't know how many beacons I want to put on the labs and stuff. Okay. How much space do I want to leave then? I wonder if I could just quickly... If I just check... Factorio cheat sheet. Factorio cheat sheet. It's got a little calculator. No. Let's try to be fancy and search for it. Science. There we go. So if I want to do 1,000 sack packs a minute, 60 seconds. Okay. Lab bonus speed. Okay. So that's got 42 labs as the sort of number for consuming about 1,000 science a minute. Do we have got any labs? We're messing about with them. So if I do that. So I'm pretty sure that's based on a 12 beacon thing, so I'll just put it in as a 12 beacon. This is just for spacing. I'm not actually going to do the lab side of it. So make it 4 by 4, 12. So that's then 24, 48. So if that was our thing, we need to move it down. Definitely. So that's about the middle. Okay. Then let's assume, you know, I build some. It's not 12 beacon, not something like that. So I might use bots for it, but let's make that much space, or that size of laboratory. And then let's say, for argument's sake, I might just use brick actually. Just in fact, let's just put a fence around it to do it that way. But let's say, was that 4? I think that was 4. 4, 8, 12. Oh no, that's wrong, isn't it? Because it needs to be there. Like that. And then like that. No, like that. Do I want another one just for safety? It's just, I'm just trying to block out a space, basically. Oh. With enough room. Because you can always make it spaced out and fancy. You know, I don't care about power and things like that. And we've got tons of room on this island. So might as well. I might use... Should we use concrete wall for a change? Yeah, so distance-wise, I think that's probably okay. So we put that in there. And then just sort of copy this. Oh, let's do it from the map. Okay. So if I then copy down to the first beacon. I mean, given it's an octagonal island and all of that, I should do an octagonal laboratory, shouldn't I? But for the time being, let's block it out as a square angle. There. In fact, I probably should make it a squared angle. An octagon. How big is that? $373. So it'd need to be one more anyway. Would it? I mean, if I was to do a bunch of height now, 370. I think we'll do that, but let's leave it for now. There's probably some maths involved there. I'm not sure I fancy doing maths. Okay. So which science where? So, I think... Or do I have... Yeah, I think since we're making all the rocket fuel and blah 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 on that side... we want something being dropped off here, like say, in fact, let's use the symbols. So let's say what? I guess RCUs are probably going to be no low density structures. I think because what's probably going to happen. Yeah, so probably going to end up with low density structures being made, you know, somewhere here and loaded on here. Then it's probably going to be rocket fuel because of that oil being made up there. And then because these are here, probably going to get with the RCUs. There it is. Over here somewhere. So this is where my grand plan comes in, because we've got the three, you've got your three components, so triangular, three factories. And then these have been all, I mean, they've not ended up looking like triangles, but these are sort of three-sided builds, basically. So that was my, not that, you know, these two use steel, but that's the basic idea. But yeah, these can directly move across the level 1 modules. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, okay. So then, easiest is going to be just, you know, back and forthing there somewhere. Can I copy tags? No, I can't, can I? That's always been, the tags are sort of, I never quite understood. It's a bit like the thing I discovered last week where the old, what was I going to say then? Not being able to copy and paste modules onto other, you know, buildings that are already there, or use a blueprint to paste modules on, you know, filling in gaps, basically, not using upgrade planners. But tags always sit, because you can't move tags once they're on. And it seems to be a real omission there. You know, you'd think you'd be able to pick it up in some way. But you can't. Weird. Right, and then RCUs, I guess. Over here. Dropping off. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work with the satellites, because what my well, if we did red, green, blue, military, purple, yeah, gonna have to be, isn't it? So unless we move them up, so again, so I can't. I've got to redo the tag entirely. Maybe low densities and no, that doesn't work, does it? Because it'd be nice to have RCUs and satellites over here, because obviously this is the train delivering the satellites. I think that's what I'm going to do anyway. Where's my satellites? Oh. There's a mod copy paste modules, yeah, and I miss it dearly on this multiplayer server. Modern instead of mod is an alternate with a slightly different mindset. Yeah, so I mean, to me, it's like I was discussing it with someone playing multiplayer the other day. It just seems like going to be like an oversight by the devs, because they've done so much, you know, amazing quality of life stuff, and it's so feature complete in so many ways. And then there's just a couple of little blind spots that just don't seem to be there, like moving tags. Why can't you move tags? Is that, you know, not the most obvious thing that you might want to do? You know, you can edit them, but you can't move them. What was I looking for? I was looking for satellites, wasn't I? And yeah, so modules, not being able to put them in You know, just plop a blueprint on the top and it puts them in. It just seems... Why don't I see satellites? Am I being a complete biff? Oh, it's just searching. There you go. It's because it's got so much absolute rubbish installed. I think it's moved it, basically. Should be on there, shouldn't it? But then where are the rocket silos as well? Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just do it again. So yeah, maybe the satellites get delivered sort of here. The RCUs get delivered. Oops, get delivered. There on that side as well. And then it's rocket fuel. That side. Oops. And low density structures. There. So these can go. Well, what could I make that? I could make that like red science or something because... Oh no, maybe... Was I making... No, I wasn't, was I? Because a lot of they're actually going to be quite simple, these factories, because it's just a lot of it, you know, the vast majority of stuff is being delivered, you know, by boats mostly. So is there a good one? Let's have a look at my list. What am I delivering? I'm delivering... Because blue science is going to be... Because this is where I was going to have the... Is it? Where was I going to have the... Yeah, oil refinery is going to be down here, you see. So it'd make the most sense to have blue science here. Because that obviously needs the sulfur and all that sort of stuff. So that's along the... You know, that diagonal. Because that's a straight. That's a diagonally bit. That's a diagonally bit. What do we have on the straight here? This has been most sensible for military, because this is meant to eventually become the military factory. You know, in the 20 or 30 years' time when I finish this series. So the military along the bottom end. And then... Didn't I identify other factory positions? I didn't, did I? So they're all up for grabs. I mean, I know there's a stone mine here. So maybe purple should be on this, like, up diagonal. Because that obviously needs rail. So, and I think... Oh, engines factory was going to be there as well, so that's good for blue. Did I not have one? I thought I identified like the rail factory and stuff. Coal mine 1 trains. Circuit factories over there. No, did I not have a... Huh, okay. So that's up for grabs then. I thought I identified a place where I was going to have the factory that builds all of the stuff. I mean, I say not that it really needed, but, you know, that builds all the assembly machines and smelters and all that, you know, all that sort of stuff. So what we're missing, so we need to do that one, and that one. Maybe I just put... Although if blue circuits are there, maybe gold is at the top here. Oops. What helps if I... So at least blue circuits are a relatively short hop. So what we're left with? We're left red and green, which are both just copper and iron. So having these on the water side with that there could be okay. Maybe I dedicate this to... No, because I need copper to go over there as well. But then I've got, you know, but this could mostly be fueling these. Or these could be sourcing it from this combined one. Yeah, that'll do. So then maybe this is green. And this is red. On that side. So we've got red, green, blue, grey, purple, gold, the bits to make white. So white coming in one of those two places. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and driving the troughs. Yeah. 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 I mean that's I see that as a homage thing. That's tank controls. That was what every game was like when I were a lad growing up. Cool. Okay. Where to start then? So we are going to have to do like diagonal belts, I think. As I say, unless I use bots. I don't know. They're not very aesthetic, though, bots, are they? Bot builds. Could use trains, couldn't I? Do like very short train. In fact, maybe a train loop of some description. And then it drops them off into bots. But then I can't do diagonal stations, really, can I? I mean, I can, but they don't really work very well. You can do like pick up and drop off into diagonals. Then how big are these going to be? They're not going to be that big. I think you can. I'm just going to make sure. I've not gone mad or they've not changed it or whatever. Where's my cheating power sources? So if we put, say, something plastic, yeah. Say, and how fast am I really going to need these to unload? You know? I can never remember how many. You can only get like 2 in it. Because you need that one to be there. And that one doesn't actually hit. Yeah, you see he doesn't do anything. Oops. So you can only do like... Well, I mean you can use one-handed as well. And in fact, I think we could do that. All gets a bit messy though. Not sure that's very aesthetic. So it can be done, but maybe rather than diagonal stuff, because it's train lines really. I'm thinking now as being the actual diagonal bits, and then maybe we just have a circuit around the factory. That'd be spectacularly dangerous as well. So, how many beacons was it? Let's try and get 4 on. Okay. Because these are... Well, those are 6 beacon anyway, aren't they? Huh. Maths is way out. Okay. How do I want to do science manufacturing? So I'm thinking these factories are all going to basically look the same. Because they are, I mean, different sizes, obviously. So how many do we want? We want, for red science, we want, if we can find it in his list, we want, come on, where are you? 20. 20 machines making red science. Maybe I'll, oops. Helps if you hit the right button, Mark. Right, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. That's maths. And then I've got 24 for green. So if I plot that to green. Just trying to get an appreciation of the sort of size of all of these. So we want 4 more extra for green. Cool. And then we want 20 grey. And then we want 48 blue. Oops. My word, that blinking's annoying, isn't it? And then we want 28 purple. Wait, was this 24 or 28? Oh, that's 24. So I want 4 more on top of that. The purple. And exactly the same number for gold. So footprint wise, blue is obviously the biggest because you get this thing with blue where you only get 2 science packs out, whereas for purple and gold, you get your 3 science packs out. So, what are we talking about with 3? There's actually 4, I think. But if this was Mm. Is that what I'm talking about? So it's 0.187. So it gets, so it says 8, so it's 4, isn't it? It's got 4 beacons on it. Yeah, so the middle ones are saying 4. It just feels like it's going to end up, if I do stuff like that, it's going to end up the most sort of boring build you can imagine. Where's my red one? I mean, nothing has more than like 3 ingredients being dropped off anyway, does it? Or am I going mad? Because, so the copper and iron for red. Copper and iron for green. I suppose grey science is different. I'm wondering about making grey science in the military factory, and actually it's just a harbour dropping off grey science. But that would be copper, iron, stone brick, maybe. Or maybe it sends over the, it sends over AP ammo, grenades and walls, maybe? Don't know, that's one to think about. But for the, yeah, for blue science, I'm delivering sulfur, red circuits and engines. I'm delivering rails and furnaces for purple. Oh, well, and also prod ones, because I'd forgotten I was doing that. Manufacturing, gold science, low densities, blue circuits and robot frames. So they all have 2 or 3 drop-offs. And rockets, of course, there's the actual satellites as well, but it's rocket fuel, low density and RCUs. So they all have 3 drop-offs. Boats carry an enormous amount of stuff. So how much space would that take? If I copy, which one do I want to do? I'd quite like to do like harbours like this, basically, but not multi-angle ones. So they're all just like I say. So I'm thinking about just making. I think what I might do, rather than actually make an turn the island into an octagon, is effectively dig an octagon into it. So there's the outer area, and then I have a water channel basically dug into the island, because that'll then also give me a reason to use the train bridges, because I've not found a use for the train bridges yet. But if this is coming in via train, then that would be a train bridge. I'd have to think of some way of getting me across, because otherwise I'd be blocked off. Maybe I could have a local train, a funicular railway. Okay, so where are my big boats, cargo ships? Oh. Oh. Why are you not? Oh, of course I need to put the blooming. Have I not got any? I think it is. I haven't. Yeah, I quite like that idea of digging a way in. So that's like as tight as you can get them, but they're trains basically. So you kind of have to worry about the same. You can only do a corner like that. You know, that's your tightest corner. But we could have a. It can't go there, can it? Because of the thing. Because they look big, but they don't actually crash into each other, I don't think. Because they're like metals that are... It's all a bit weird. I'm pretty sure those don't crash into each other. So we could have an internal... almost like main line. Because you can't have them go in and then come out. They have to go in a line. And I don't think... Oh, I've tried it actually. We can attach them together. Oh, you... No, there you go. Yeah. So you can't, like, attach two boats together like they're a, you know, end-to-end train. Okay. Yeah, so effectively it's like a... that. And then... You have to put signals on all sorts, but... Oh. Did that not... So we just have some junctions like that, and then, yeah, the drop-off for that one is there. Yeah, drop-off for that one is there. Not really that efficient, but I keep forgetting to hold the shift. Not, you know, say hugely efficient. It sort of doesn't need to be, because the boats hold a gigantic amount of stuff, and most of them aren't going to be coming very far. Unlike this is an enormous route. How the heck I'm going to fuel that, I don't know. But you see the boats have, like, a gigantic amount of stuff in. Okay, so if we were to say... Trouble is, when I start digging the roots out, it's difficult to put the stuff back in again. I could maybe do a like a fake island, couldn't I? If we do it, yeah, we'll do a little fake island. That will let me sort of plan out. Can I get into it? Yeah. It does the thing where it tries to start the engine and then stops. Quite amuses me. But yeah, so if we just go out sort of over here somewhere. It also does the braking noise, which I also find amusing, but for different reasons. Where's my one gone? There's my one. So if we just lay down... Oh, it's got water on it. So let's just lay down a bit of the old grass. Where's grass? Grass? There you go. Olive grass, that'll do. No, that one. Green grass. So we can get rid of this. It just lets me design a drop-off thing. Get my buttons all across. Now I do have to be very careful about accidentally deleting the land. I suppose it does beg the question how I would unload them diagonally, because I don't think you can do that. with the boats. Okay. So, how much space would we need? Definitely need like 8, I think. Let's just do it as that. So, got a channel that we dig. And then... Where's my boats gone? There's my boats. Oh no, I need to put the waterway in first. Now, I can't remember if you can put them there or not. Oh yeah, you can. And then... Can I put inserters there? Huh. Did I put them that close over here? I think it's like super generous with the hitbox. Or maybe it's just because that's up and not across. Yeah. Well, there's no water there, but you can put them there or there and they still count, I think. And I think that is a way of cheating like more loading, because you can put long-handeds. I think. Because you can then put them on. We have a, there's a limit here somewhere. I can't remember how far up it is. Because then they're both loading into the same box. I think that's right. Let's just test it. So let's put obsidian steels in. Right, so that's our top limit anyway. Oops. So that's as far as up as we could do it. I don't know why I deleted all of that, but I did. There is a lower limit as well, which again, I can't remember where it is. Let's just put these on and see what it does. So which ones did something? So these ones did not. And I think, although I've done that, you can actually... So we could use one of these. One of these boards. Oh, I'm doing it by hand, I just am. Wi-Fi. Yeah, so they all grabbed a bit of everything, I think. Again, I'm thinking more in terms of doing things differently, or, you know, different designs rather than best design or whatever. How would we unload these? How many are there? It's an even number. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm not going to make the same mistake. So 16 are there? I did last week. I completely forgot that if you do that, it doesn't unload them. It unloads them on the other side of the inserter. because they're not loaders, and I was thinking about them as loaders for some ungodly reason. Ungodly? Unknown reason. So, how do we want to unload it? Yeah. We've got 16. 16. Sweet 16. Don't know why I've done that, but I've done that. Hmm. Oops. Don't wait. Why are you throwing them on the floor? So I think we could do something along that lines. Looking at how that was working. There's all sorts of rubbish there, isn't there? No. Diddly bob. Why am I not just using spawnery chests? Or matter sources or something? In fact, could I use a matter source? No, let's not do that. Let's use... Got any copy-paste chests? Duplicating chests. No, I haven't. So I want that to... so much rubbish in my inventory, as always. Let's get rid of it. Why have they got wood? Landfill. Right, let's get rid of them. And I don't want you doing that. No. I have played this game before. Yeah, they don't quite fill a belt when you do that. There we go. So, because to some extent what I'm thinking is all of these, apart from blue, but all of these are sort of two-laners. Because there's 3 products. So we have 2 lanes come off of every boat. Then we can do... well, I can do it however we want, obviously, but, you know, we could have 4 rows, basically. And I could use my old... I could go back to my old standby. Because it needs to feature somewhere. You know, of rows of stuff like that. Oh, obviously that beat. There. What do we have? Gotta have your bacons. Gotta have your bacons. Everybody needs bacon. Apart from the vegetarians, obviously. Right. And that's wrong. This is basically going to suit all of them because, I say, there's nothing coming in that's mega, you know. Possibly purple might be different because of blooming railway and all that malarkey. But if I do this and then, well, I can actually do it as yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So it's that one. I lost track then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So it's this one. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and that one. And then 3. Like that. And then maybe balance these, maybe? What? Already did duplicators, didn't I? So the unloading would be massively uneven, but as I said, this holds so much stuff. We could use chest limiting to sort of even it out in a way, so that the ones in the middle don't actually hold that much stuff compared to the ones on the outside. And it's the ones on the outside that are, you know, doing most of the heavy lifting. As I say, we only probably need 2 lanes coming off. And for blue science, with, you know, if it's more machines, we could, you know, I could just do what I had before. This is giving full-on 4 lanes. Looks quite interesting as well, I think. It's not a bit of a different way of doing things. Is this dead centre? 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Just didn't look it for some reason. Okay. I'll say that's something a bit different. Okay. And then we need to work out the actual water, which is what I was going to do. So I need to be wider than that because we need to do a curvage. This is this canal I've been talking about as well. We do it this way. How big is that? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's an 8 wide channel at the moment. So if we make it 9, 10, 16. And then I've gone and put it in the wrong place. Because my idiocy is nothing if not consistent. Right, so that's a 16 wide channel. Where do we want the boats to go? I guess sort of more... not as close as this. So maybe... oh, well, of course it's rail, so it's 2 or the other. Maybe get what's it look like if they go down that channel? So it's far enough away from the main, the harboury bit, isn't it? Yeah, that looks okay. So if they're all travelling down that side, and it, you know, it's a bit of a gap there. Okay. So flip that over. So that's a sort of crossover point for each boat coming in. And water. So let's dig all that out. That's in there. So we kind of need to work out. But if I was to put these sort of, well, let's put the signals on. Have I got any buoys? I think I got rid of them, didn't I? While I was working on the other stuff. What can I get rid of here? Let's get rid of a lot of this concrete, coloured concrete. Whoops. And what else? I guess the regular rail stuff can go if we're messing about with boats. There it is. I don't want train stops. I do want boat stops. So signal. Oops. Signal boy. So where would we be? I guess it needs to be sort of there-ish, doesn't it? On that end. And then what I was thinking is maybe this is two boats long. And that's the spacing. So it's like boop, boop. Obviously check it with the actual harbour bit. That just gives us a starting point, and then I guess, can I just rotate that? It just tells me where to put these. It's a bit finicky, the old I think. That boy is. They don't quite go where you'd expect them to go. So if that's starting shape. And then this. Can I line that up with something maybe? So I can put it in the middle. So that's lined up with the buoy itself. That's lined up with the buoy itself. The buoy himself. The buoy himself. So, where's the centre point? There are 46 of them. So 23. So that's the middle. That's the middle. These two. So we want these two belts aligned with this. If we can. If we can get the boat to stop there. Let's have a look, see. Because we need a port. And I can never tell how it does this in terms of the... Is it that one? So the front is the... Is it that one? So if you're... Because it doesn't clip like trains do. So what are you called? You're Tibbs Fox. I clicked the wrong bit. So please go to... Please go to Tibbs Fox. Oh, I think that's wrong, isn't it? So... So I think that, yeah, this is too far down. So let's do my little ham-fisted little test again. Yeah. So it's 2. Luckily it's 2. So we should be able to put a station there. Tibbs Fox, my friend, you were wrong. Echo, sir, you're going to be right. Oh. Neffa. Awesome. Cool. Excellent. Now repeat 1,000,000 times. Let us put that in there. That in there. That work? Yeah. This in here. That in there. And then I should just be able to, for purposes of testing, copy all of that. Ah. So those aren't properly lined up with each other. I think that's what that's meaning. So this needs to be like 1 down. Possibly 1 up. No. What does that mean? That means... because they're the same. I think that means I was just trying to put it in the wrong place, doesn't it? Like DSC knows no bounds. Right. So I'll put this water back in. And repaste that again. Is that right? I think that's right. So for example, so blue, it would be, is blue a good example? It would be, say, blue, is it? No. I forgot. Goes it up. I think I need to stop streaming. I've gone a little bit doodlally. It's red circuits, isn't it? Blue. Oops. So it would be red circuits. Say sulfur and engines. Orangey. That's right. Yeah. So there's me harbour. It's quite big, isn't it? I could squish it all together. Because what bit do we need? We need that bit. Blobby things need to be on the inside. So that's the station. So that's the station there. I mean, potentially, even though, the trouble is to say, I need a diagonal one really as well. And I don't know that that's really possible. In fact, I know it's not possible because the boats won't drop off on diagonals. They won't stop on diagonals. I mean, trains they don't either, but trains you can fake it with having the carriages on the diagonal, but there is no carriage for a boat. So even though it's an octagon, it's actually a square, isn't it? But I could put, so effectively, you know, the green. How does that work then? I would need 4. So if this was straight here, then it would be dropping off the satellites, RCUs. And that one's slightly different, isn't it? Because it is 4 things. But the blue and the purple then, so it'd be those 3 and the 3 for purple. Wait, I've got 1, 2. Oh, I've got, yeah, 1. Because that would be coming in at the tag. So actually that would be blue and purple along them. Oh no, military. Got military. I couldn't see it with the thing. So blue and grey there. Purple and red there. Green and gold there. All of the bits there. And then you just use, you know, water fill to make it look like an octagon. And then the factories are appropriately arranged for the octagon. And it's just a very simple, you know, back and forth train that makes it look like a sort of octagonal. I guess it's more like a spider's web in a way. You know, so these come up here. Come here. Like this. Say the white science is going to be a bit different. I don't know why I put that over there, but and this goes in the middle, and then that goes, you know. I'll have to work out where the proper middles are. The proper middles, not like none of these fake middles. None of your fake middles. With your middle fakeness. Wait, does that not line up with that? Ah, of course it doesn't. Because I'm rotating it rather than flipping it. No? What have I done there? I guess it must be... But why is it like that? There we go. Guess I may have ended up with an uneven number somewhere. Yeah, because that doesn't line up. But yeah, you get the principle. I say this is going to be different. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that. I like the others, but gold, you know, green, red, purple, military, blue. I mean, maybe I put the rockets inside, but then what is this really doing? Just unloading it onto a train and, you know, immediately unloading it into a rocket here. Maybe the rocket goes in the middle. You know, maybe the labs are on the outside. So maybe the 2 rocket. Let's do it like that. Rocket silos are in the middle here somewhere. Why am I even looking for rocket silos? I've not got rocket silos. And indeed, I don't know where they ended up with all these mods. So let's just search for it. A silo. Where did that go? Oh, I remember when rocket silos were some weird shape. I quite like that idea, actually. So the white science could come in. Well, do I though? Because If I got 4 things coming in and they need to be unloaded in here. I'm just thinking that what I could do is that we go back to having the low density structures, although this would be rocket fuel, wouldn't it? Again, can't move the tags for some reason. So that's the rocket fuel, and then we have low density structures, you know, here. This becomes gold science. Obviously that's a none thing. But those are still RCUs and satellites. And then that way, the trains can come right the way into the where this is. Without me having to... And I can have the labs be like that. And we could kind of have some system where there's like a double drop-off. You know, and so that's the red science coming in and goes right the way across. Because I actually quite like this shape. It wasn't intended at all. So these connect to these. And then these also. So the purple is doing this. So that goes to those two. No. And then similarly this comes on here. Oops. Oh. Ignite again. So they unload into those two. This is, what's this? Blue science, so that's okay. That can come in. Which way around have I got? I got that. I'm mixing them up, aren't I? Oh. Auto save to the rescue. So those ones are on the outside, straight ones. Except that one's those are both going straight into the middle. So it's going to be a bit uneven in that way, but it's fine. It's fine. Totally fine. So these go... Yeah. Oh, but then how do I get... Because that only low... I was just thinking belts straight across there, but I can't do that, can I? But then I could have belts like... I could almost sushi belt it, but no, I don't want to do that. I hate sushi. But I could have a U for each one, so the belts could go, you know, this way, this way, this way. Oh, I've done that too early. Oh, and it'll take ages to do. So actually it goes up here, around here. But I don't even have to do that, do I? Because... Oh, I do, because these are unloading... Maybe each one unloads one side. So that one unloads there, that one's there, that one's there. This one is here. That one unloads there. That way. These two go in the middle. So then what's coming off of there goes around that way. It's going to be nuts, but you know, hopefully it'll look cool. That's more the point. And then this one, obviously, I mean, it goes into this and then it does a turn and it goes around like that. And then that one goes into this and goes around like that. This one goes in here. It goes around like that. This one goes in there, say, or there even. No, in there. Well, that one goes straight into the middle, doesn't it? And that one goes in there and round there. So effectively, you've got 4 sets of belts. Then, oh, no. I wouldn't have enough room. Well, am I 12 beaconing them or not? I guess I need to work that out, don't I? Or bots, obviously. Oh, crikey, it's 10 past 6. Yes, so I really love doing this series, but it is honestly going to take like 1,000 years. It's so much to build. That's just building it in creative. Can't see how realistic it would be to do in the real game. But then, because it's in creative, I've turned all the biters off, so there's no point doing any defences on any of it. Cool. Anyway, that's Science Island, or the start of Science Island. Whether I play any between the streams is really a matter of, roll a dice to start. But essentially, I'm going to pop the schedule up just because I always do, but there is no schedule from now on. So what would normally... I probably will stream on Sunday and Monday next week. But the plan, because, as I say, I've coincidentally ended up with exactly, after this stream, exactly the same number of entries in the aesthetic series and the blueprint series. There's 19 in both. So it seems like a really good opportunity just to pause both series while I do my move and start my new job. Those things are going to take several months. So the very earliest I could possibly be streaming again. So I will stream next week, but it'll be random stuff. So I might play Cult the Lamb, might play Arcade Paradise, might play 2 Point Hospital. I've got all sorts of options I can stream. But there'll be... thank you very much, Quetch. And tomorrow will be Satisfactory. But it'll be the last Satisfactory as well for quite a while. Basically, next weekend, because I've got a day and a half of leave to use up, and I'll have that on the Friday and Thursday afternoon. I want to go and see Nope, the film by what's his face. Can really fancy that. But just that, in the Thursday afternoon. Friday and Saturday, I'll probably be clearing the garden. That's the sort of task I've set for myself. Assuming it doesn't rain, and even if it does, I probably will anyway. I'm just hacking it back. I'm not doing anything fancy, but then it's a case of getting all the stuff into boxes, continuing that. But it's a bank holiday Monday, and so I've got a day and a half of leave. So Sunday and Monday streams will probably be happening. They may even be longer, may even start earlier or whatever. But there'll be random stuff, as I say. So in terms of my long-term continuing series, those will pick up at the very earliest in November. But I suspect I'll probably be busy doing stuff up until about December or so. So it may well be around Christmas that I come back. It's not great for anyone that follows and watches. I know regularity is usually the best thing, and it's a very long time to do no streaming. But there it is, life happens. So there we go. I will be back though tomorrow, as say, with Satisfactory at 5 o'clock, and that will be the capping off for that series. I will be doing the aluminium build still. I'm still messing about with that aluminium build. It's been I've quite enjoyed doing that. There may be a complete. I thank you as well, Belly. Take care of yourself as well. There may well be a complete rethink on Satisfactory because it's just so much of a grind. I mean, Nilhouse posted the other day on a tweet, on a reply from Satisfactory, and he basically said, so we can expect copy and paste then, can we? Because even him, with his super mega efficiency and, doing everything the best way, even he, it's too much, of a big build for him as well. And I noticed a lot of people, there's a lot of Satisfactory streamers who started again with update 6. And that was like, what was that, 2 months ago, was it? They're still going. And none of them have reached the end tier, And if they're the experts in the game and it's taken them 2 months to not actually finish, the game, I mean, I can finish Factorio in a weekend. I think they need some work on that sort of stuff. Anyway, enough moaning. I will be back, as I say, tomorrow, and there will be streams next weekend, but random stuff. So if none of it interests you, don't feel you need to come in. But you may also want to check out some of the other games that I play. And then it'll be on hiatus. I've said that about 5 times now, so it's probably about time to go.